Hey, friends. I want to share with you today Merle Haggard's thoughts on modern country music, and then maybe give you some of my thoughts about it. But this is from his memoir, My House of Memories, with Tom Carter. It's very good. It's a little bit dark at times, but I enjoyed it. But Merle Haggard says a lot of people ask him, this is in 1999 when this is published too. A lot of people ask him about his thoughts on modern country music. He says, some music that's being played today is okay. High praise from the hag there. But how long has it been since you've heard a song that just rattled your cage? How long has it been since you thought, this is going to be another Amazing Grace or Faded Love? There was a time when one of those songs came along every year. Why have the good songs stopped? Now, I would argue to the hag, respectfully, that good songs haven't stopped, but the big companies stopped getting behind the good songs. It was one of the big problems there, but I'll keep going on. I think it's the mentality of radio programming, which is not set up to rock the emotions of the listeners. There was a time when the song had to explain everything. Today, it takes a camera, a scriptwriter, and a bunch of technicians to explain it in a music video. It's ridiculous. Nothing is left to the imagination. I don't think anything is more boring than perfection. Perfection is achieved almost every day on soap operas, which have the most beautiful people leading the most beautiful lives. I've actually made a video about just that, ranting the same thing, so it's nice to hear my thoughts confirmed by Merle Haggard. But he finishes up by saying, today we have people sitting out there slumped over and looking at a computer and talking to somebody about something that doesn't matter and calling it work. That's how I feel. You can always count on Merle Haggard to give you a piece of his mind and tell you exactly what he feels. Like I said, there's a lot of problems, with modern country, and we could go on about all of that, but now I'm not in the business of arguing with Merle Haggard. I think that what he's saying, there's a lot of wisdom to it. That's 22 years ago, and a lot of that holds true today. Actually, just about all of it. But I'm not the target audience of country music. Whoever they're like aiming it at, I'm not it. And it's been a long time since I was the target audience. Why would I like modern country music? And country music is just a term, come up with by marketing people. Hank Williams was introduced as a folk singer on stage. Bill Monroe was introduced as a folk singer on stage. Just later on, they came up with some different terms because they figured they could sell it. The songs and the artists that you hear, for the most part, on country radio are just interchangeable widgets. It's stuff that's pumped out there to sell things. It's no different than if you're, selling pimple medicine or if you're selling deodorant. It's just a commodity, and there's big companies selling it. Why would I like that? In all honesty, I haven't liked country music or what gets marketed as country music since 1980. There's been these wonderful blips on the radar since then. People like Marty Stewart, BR549, Dwight Yoakam. But the things that I dig, most of that is just, it's not in this world that's marketed to mass country radio. And I can relate to what he's saying here. Now, there are great, great songwriters out there today, and I will argue with Merle Haggard that there are just as many great songs written now. They just don't have the big machine and the big money and the big publicity behind them. That's just the way it is. But that does not change that there are not great songs out there. What I would like to do is end this with something more positive. Let's share great songs that people might not have heard about. Maybe it's an obscure artist somewhere. Let's not take this as an opportunity to spam with your own band. But if there's somebody else that you dig that speaks to you, name a particular song, and I'll list a few down below myself. And maybe we'll share this with something positive. Maybe we'll get closer to a day and age when Adam Carroll is one of the, is a millionaire because country radio has cut all of his songs. I'd like to live in that world. We could live in a world where Dale Watson is the greatest, the biggest best-selling country singer out there. I'd like that. That would be a very good world, and I would turn on the radio more often if I lived in that world. But subscribe to this channel, click like on this video, and tell me down below what's a song I need to hear that is a great country song from the last 10 or 20 years. Much love to y'all.